Hello everyone, so join me today. I'm going to make a simple skirt. Actually, it's a simple circle skirt for my baby girl, and I'm gonna be using this fabric. I got it from Walmart and it's beautiful, and as you can see there's some padding in the side. It's because this is like a leftover fabric that I used before, and I thought, just been sitting there in the closet, so I thought I'm gonna do something with it. So I'm going to make a circle skirt. So it's really simple. This one is it's for beginner. So if you're a beginner, this is something that you can do easily. So what I do here is like I folded my fabric 4 times. You see there, this is like one whole fabric, and fold it in half like that. And if your fabric is too wrinkly, then you would probably want to iron it, but this one is not too bad. So I'm just gonna go ahead and fold it again like this. And I get some cuts over here. Um, it's gonna be a little tiny, but I'm gonna have to make it work. All right, so this fabric is actually not too bad, so I don't have to like iron it. Okay, so I think that's good. So um I posted a video before on how to get the radius of a circle. If you have not watched that video before, I can show it to you. So let me see. So this is for my baby girl, and I already measure her waistline, and it's around 23 inches. But I want to make the skirt like elastic waistband, because I don't want to like make it exactly like 23 inches, because kids, they grow up so fast. So she could probably wear it this time, but then next month it'd be too tight already. So that's why I want to always make it like elastic, so there'd be some room to grow in there. So instead of 23, I'm gonna have to add like maybe 4 inches. So that's 24, 25, 26, maybe 27. Yep, 27. And then I'm gonna add half an inch seam allowance. So we'll see. You know what? I'm gonna go ahead and do 28. So if you go get your calculator, this is how you get your um, circumference. So we'll see, here's my calculator in here, and we'll see. So the radius, it's gonna be 28. So that is your waistline. So if that's the measurement of the waistline, then you're gonna use it as the radius. So that's 28. And then 1 pi, it's gonna be always 3.14. That is just the amount of 1 pi, right? Correct me if I'm wrong. But so that's 28. So we're gonna have to divide it to 3.14. So that means that we have like 8.64 in there. But I'm gonna do like 8.50. That should be fine, because 4 inches seam allowance is a lot anymore already. So 8.5 should be fine. So what we're doing here is, I'm just gonna try to scoot that over so you can see it. So from here on the very corner, so you're gonna have to start in there and make sure that your fabric is lined up together. And then we start here in the very corner, and then we're just gonna have to measure 8.5. And then I'm just going to mark it as I go. and then we will just, okay, actually I mark 8 inches in there, so go 850. So we're just doing it like a circle form. 850, 850, 8.5. There we go. Okay, 8.5. All right, so it's kind of hard to see, but anyway, just trace it so I won't mess it up. There you go. So, all right, so this is gonna be the circle on the waistline part. Now we're gonna have to do the same on the length. So on the length, you just have to decide how long you want your skirt to be. Now, I wanted the skirt, I wanted to be at least 15 inches, but it looks like I don't have enough fabric in there. So I will just do 11 then. So once we do the length, we will do the same thing with how we get the radius of the circle. So we're gonna do, since I'm doing 11 inches here, so what we'll do is type in 11, and then we're gonna have to add the length here in the radius of our waistline, and that's 8.5. So that's 11 plus 8.5, so it's gonna be 19.5. So we'll have to start here, and then we'll see 19.5 right there. That's how you get your length of your skirt. And then we just do the same, just do like we did before, except this one is just longer version. So I'm gonna go ahead and mark it so I won't lose it. All right, so there we go. 19. All right, and I'm gonna just bring it closer to me. Okay, 19.5. There we go. Now, if you are still confused on how to get the radius of the circle, you can actually just go in Google, and then you can type it in, how to get the radius of a circle. And also, if you want to go to my YouTube channel, I have a video in there. It's actually a wrap skirt, but I made it in a circle form, and that's where I explain. I have my detailed explanation on how to do it. So if you want to go in there and check it out, if not, then pretty sure you can figure it out because it's really simple. All right, so almost there. Okay. Okay. All right, so I got it done. just mark it so it'd be so visible for me to cut it. There we go. Okay, and we'll just cut it out. Alrighty. I like making circle skirt for my little girl because she can wear it with any kind of top and she would look really cute in it. I think all little girl would look so cute with circle skirt, and I like to um, have her wear it all the time, especially this time of year. So what I do is I'll make her a lot of circle skirt, and then she can wear tights with it. She has some really tight leggings, or what you call it, that's really good for winter, and she has to wear a skirt like this, and it's really cute. So that's why I love making circle skirt. And you can do it like any variation. You can make design. So actually, well, I make the skirt so big, really, but it doesn't matter because if we are doing like I think I may have put in my calculation wrong in there, so sorry about that. I was thinking because the last time I made this it was like half, it's like a wrap skirt, but this one is actually so big, so I should have just made it like 8.4 or 8 inches, but that's fine because we can always gather it. Now this is what I like about making a circle skirt, because you can't hardly go no wrong with it, because see, even if like that it's too big, then you can gather it and it would still make look small, and it's actually create a lot of volume in there, and that would make the skirt beautiful. Yep. So since I already got it, I'm gonna go ahead and sew a base stitch right around here so I can start gathering it. All right. All right, guys, so I have it here. I did a basting stitch on the waistline. So scratch the first part where I told you. I'm so sorry. I don't know how I messed it up, but um, I'm gonna have to like go back and figure out how to do the perfect calculation. So sorry, just scratch the first part. But anyway, like I said, this is not such a big mistake because like I said, see, you can really gather it and it would still make, you can still make it work. So there we go. You know what? This is part of making something, if you're designing, it's um it's really part of the process to make some mistake. And this is, you know, one way of learning. And made a lot of mistake while creating, but I'd still make it work somehow. And you're doing it. I know that sometimes it can be really frustrating, but just keep on going and we'll see. All right, so it's looking pretty good in there. My camera is wiggling. There we go. All right, so I'm gonna go here on the other side. So there. So I'm just gonna keep adjusting it until the measurement on the circle is around 25 inches or 28. I think that's what I had to start with. It's 28 inches. Okay. And I'm pretty sure this is gonna be so short because my little girl, she's really tall. That's okay because we can always add ruffles at the bottom, or we could also add a second layer of the skirt and make it a little bit longer. That is also another option that we can do, but we'll see. I think I'm gonna have to do like a high-waisted, and we'll talk about that later. All right, so it's getting tighter. There we go. Okay. All right, so I think that's looking pretty good in there. We'll see. So I'm gonna start. I just put marking so I could see. All right, that should be good. Okay, so 29. Got it really close, so just a little bit more. And then we just have to spread it out evenly so the gathering is nice and even. All right. Okay. All right. So now what I'm gonna do next is to cut fabric that go on the waistline. Now I don't have enough fabric that's the same fabric like this. I don't think this is enough to make a waistband. Nope, it's not gonna be enough, so it's okay. This is how we can um, be creative. I think I'm gonna use this fabric. I mean, the color is really close, and I think I like the combination, so I'm gonna go with this. I'm gonna set this aside for now, and then for the waistband, oops, lordy. Oh. This actually has a little stretch to it, so it's so wrinkly, but that's fine. That's okay. So what I'm gonna do, since the skirt is too short, I'm gonna try to do like 4 inches wide waistband. Or you know what, I don't want to make it look so funky, so we'll see. I'm gonna do 3 inches, and so it's gonna be 2 inches. Well, we're gonna need at least 1 inch seam allowance because it's gonna be in both sides. So if you want it to be like 2 inches wide, then you're gonna cut it like 2 inches wide, you're gonna cut it into 3 inches. But I think I want it to be at least 2 inches wide, so I'm gonna cut it 3.5. This is about the right size. Okay, that's good. And again, we're cutting it 28 inches. So 28 inches plus I would do 1 inch seam allowance, so it'll be 29. Okay, so I'm gonna have to flip this over this side so it'll be easier for me. Oh, so much better. So, okay, I'm doing 3.5. 3. Okay, now made it too wide. Okay, so that's perfect. That's perfect. And then, okay. $29. This would be right there. All right. good. Okay, so we got it cut now. This is gonna be the wrong side. It's the wrong side. So what I'm gonna do is just trim it a little bit. Okay. Now what I'm gonna do is sew it right in here. So it's gonna be our 1/2 an inch seam allowance. Okay, so there it is. Sew it in there, and now I'm going to fold it like that. Okay, fold it in half, and then just gonna have to iron it. Just give it a good press. Alrighty, so there we go. So that's the seam allowance, and I'm gonna try to put it at the back, in which it doesn't matter because we're doing a circle skirt anyway, so there's really no exact seam on the side. So there we go. You can just do that, and what we can do is we will adjust, or I will adjust the gathering, just making sure that they are all even, because some of them is like way too close together, and so we can just keep adjusting it until it matches perfectly with the length of our waistband. Okay, like that. Okay. Okay, so what we can do is I'm gonna go ahead and start pinning it. So right side here, right side, just one side of the waistband. So right side pinned together with the right side. This is where I start my basting stitch. So I'm gonna go ahead and start here to like secure that thread. Okay. Okay. And there we go. That make it so much easier that way. Now just keep going. Keep going. Okay. So there we go. It looks pretty good there. All right, that's perfect. So perfect, guys. Okay, now I can go ahead and take it to the sewing machine and then sew it like that. Okay, sorry, I can't take my camera over there, so, but it's just a basic sewing and it's no big deal if you can't see it really. actually, I got my camera bring over here so you can see how I sew it. Okay. Oh, hi Grace. And hi, Yo Games. I'm so sorry I've been busy. I didn't see you chat in here, but thanks for joining in with me. There we go. So I think I got my camera situated. And just gonna start sewing it like that. And as we sew, we can also adjust the gathering. So that way it would be completely perfect. Okay. Sorry, I keep moving my camera. It's kind of hard to do it. Like, I guess it'd be easier if there's second person that would be filming this, but I'm doing this all alone. Okay, there we go. So that's nice, perfect. All right. Okay. Now when you're sewing, you don't have to really like hurry up. Just take your time and do it slowly, because it's always better to do it right and the first time. If you mess it up and then you happen to like rip it and everything, then that would take forever. Okay, so that's why I just always like to take my time and try to do it slowly. Okay. All right, almost there. That part right there is way too much gathering. Okay, this is where my base stitch start, and the thread is kind of loosen up a little bit in there, but it should be fine. Just do some quick fix with that. All right, that works. All right. So sorry, guys, if I keep hitting my camera. It's getting wiggly in there. All right, we're getting close to the end here. There we go. Okay, taking you back to the table. So sorry about the mess. Here we go. All right, everybody, so here we go. Our skirt. So this is the base stitch that I did. You can go ahead and pull the thread, or you can leave it there. It doesn't matter. And there we go. And of course we can't really leave it like that, but it's looking pretty good already. So now we're gonna have to fold this back and okay, see, look at that, it's looking perfect already. Now if you want to add like a second layer of skirt, you can do another cut, another circle cut skirt, and then you can either make it longer or you can make it exactly the same size, and then you can add a ruffles into it, and then you can go ahead and attach it to here, before you would close this waistline. And but if you don't want to add anything to it, I think this should be fine. This is just how you make a really simple circle skirt. You don't have to do anything else. So what you can do is just go ahead and close this opening here on the waistband, and go ahead and secure it. So just do that. You can um, like iron it so it'd be easier for you, or you can sew it directly like that. So, and again, I mentioned earlier that I will have to use elastic for this, so I will sew it all the way around with the seam allowance right here in closing inside, so it'd be clean finish right there. And I will have to do like opening so I can put my elastic all the way in there, and then you'll just have to hem the part, and that's basically all you need to do. It's really easy, guys, so simple. But I would keep going. If you're still with me, you can stay, and I really appreciate you for joining me today. um so I'm gonna go ahead and start pinning this side. And again, it's easier to brace it also, so you know exactly where to fold your fabric. But I'm just gonna do it like this so I don't have to move my camera over there. And it's not too bad since I have this guideline, so I'm not like over folding the edge, and like the distance in there is still pretty accurate. Okay. Great. Alrighty, so that's perfect. Now I can go ahead and sew it all the way. And again, I'm gonna have to leave a little part open in here so I can put my elastic. Okay. Right. All right, there we go. It's almost done. All right, I'm making lines in there so I know exactly where to sew it. I'm just gonna be using a small elastic for this. So I'm making this markings just so I could sew it all the way through, and my elastic will go in the middle, this part here. Okay, so I got my strips done. So now I'm ready to put the elastic, and I'll be using this elastic band. And since my little girl waistline is 22, so I'm gonna make it just 22, so it just fit perfectly on her. So it's gonna be just 22 inches is what I'm gonna do. And then since there's 2 strips in there, I'll do 2 sets of elastic. So it's gonna go right there and right here. Okay, so first elastic in. Just making sure it's not twisted or anything. Right, so I got my first elastic in there, and now I'm trying to do the second part. It's almost done, guys. Okay, so finally get my elastic in there. Um, just making it straight. I'm just gonna do a zigzag. Okay, that little piece that I cut, it's actually get to sew it there accidentally. It's all right, as long as we got it secure in there. It doesn't have to be perfect. So that one is a little bit loose, so go ahead and do a little bit more. All right, that should be good now. I'm pretty sure it's not going anywhere now. Okay. Okay, this is the second one. All right, that's good. Like I said, it doesn't have to be perfect because it's gonna be inside anyway. Now we got both the zipper in there. I'll just pull it and just spread the waistline, and that's it. There we go. All right, guys, so I got it done. I mean, not completely done, but it's pretty much it. So that's my waistband. There it is. The only thing that needs to be done is to hem the edges, and that's basically how you make your circle skirt. And like I said earlier, I kind of make a mistake on measuring the radius of my circle, but it's fine because at the end it still works fine. So yep, okay, there we go. I'll show you some pictures. I will put some pictures um, with this skirt with my little girl wearing this, so you can see how it looks like exactly. But I think I'm gonna wrap it up for today. It took me 1 hour and maybe 1 hour and really 30 minutes, because after I hem this, it would probably take me another 15-20 minutes, because what I like to do is press them. It's so much easier to do that than to sew it directly, because hemming a circle skirt can be really interesting sometimes. So it's so much easier to press it first. Um, so I'm gonna have to go. And for all of you who watched this video, thank you so much, and I will see you again next time. Thanks. Bye.